Imagine this. The world is waiting. The seat of St. Peter is empty. Behind the locked doors of the Sistine Chapel, a centuries-old ritual begins. Who will wear the white? Who will guide over 1 billion souls? Today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most mysterious and sacred events in the Catholic Church, the papal conclave. The word conclave comes from the Latin cum clave, with a key, because yes, the cardinals are literally locked in. But why? The practice dates back to the Middle Ages. Back then, papal elections could drag on for months, sometimes years, causing division and chaos. So the church decided, lock the doors, keep the cardinals inside, let prayer and discernment, not politics, guide the process. It's not just a tradition, it's an act of prudence, reverence, and trust in the Holy Spirit. Only cardinals under the age of 80 can vote. Today, that means 133 men, appointed by various popes, gather in Rome. But who are these men? The word cardinal comes from cardo, a Latin word meaning hinge. Originally, they were key Roman clergy, the bishops around the city, priests of major basilicas, and deacons. Over time, their role grew. Today, they're not just church leaders, they're the Pope's closest advisors and, symbolically, princes of the church. Their red robes, a sign of their readiness to shed blood for the faith. Their duty in the conclave, to elect a new shepherd for the church. But here's the real question. Who are the men behind the red robes? If you're curious to know exactly who is participating in the current conclave, don't miss our companion video where we introduce each cardinal one by one, who they are, where they're from, and what they bring to the election. The conclave begins when the See of Rome becomes vacant, either by the Pope's death or resignation. Within 15 to 20 days, the cardinals gather in Rome. They stay at the Domus Santa Marta, a comfortable guest house within the Vatican. But the election itself happens in a very different space, the Sistine Chapel. Under Michelangelo's famous ceiling, liturgies are celebrated, oaths are taken, and then the doors close. Voting begins. There can be up to 3 ballots a day, 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. To elect a pope, a 2/3 majority is required. No simple majorities anymore. Each vote is secret, solemn, and sacred. Each cardinal walks up, places his ballot, and declares before God that he's chosen the one he believes should be the next pope. After each vote, the ballots are burned. If no pope is chosen, black smoke rises. But when a name finally reaches 2/3, white smoke curls from the chimney, and the world rejoices. Many Catholics believe the Holy Spirit chooses the Pope directly, but the truth is more subtle and more profound. The Church doesn't teach that the Holy Spirit forces the cardinals' hands. They remain free. They vote with prayer, but also with human wisdom, conviction, even emotion. This isn't magic, it's mystery. God works through free human choices, guiding without overpowering. The same Spirit that guides the Church protects the Pope from error in solemn teachings, but not necessarily in who gets elected. Still, history shows providence often surprises us. In the earliest days, popes were chosen by the clergy, and sometimes even the people of Rome. Over time, the process narrowed to cardinals only, and not without drama. In 1903, the Emperor of Austria vetoed a frontrunner, Cardinal Rampolla. The cardinals pivoted and elected Giuseppe Sarto, who became Pope Pius X, and promptly banned political vetoes forever. Once a name has the required votes, the dean of the college asks, "Do you accept?" If the cardinal accepts, he chooses a new name, symbolizing his new mission. Then comes a deeply emotional moment. The new pope is led to the room of tears, where papal vestments await in 3 sizes. There, many weep, struck by the weight of their calling. Once dressed, the new pope appears. The world watches the central balcony of St. Peter's. A cardinal steps out and proclaims, "Habemus Papam!" And then for the first time, the new pontiff blesses the world, urbi et orbi, to the city and to the world. For the Church, a conclave is more than a news event. It's a spiritual turning point. In Rome, the atmosphere is electric. Pilgrims packed in the square, eyes on the chimney, hearts in prayer. Around the world, Catholics stop to watch, to hope, to whisper prayers for guidance. And then, when the white smoke rises and the bell tolls, there is joy, anticipation, a new beginning. The conclave reminds us, the Church is not a machine. It breathes, it listens, it prays. In silence, in ritual, in community, the people of God wait for their shepherd. And from within those ancient walls, guided by both tradition and trust, one voice finally emerges, Habemus Papam. If this deep dive helped you understand the mystery and beauty of how we choose a pope, let us know in the comments. What surprised you most? What part felt most sacred? And if you're hungry for more stories like this, faith explained through rich detail, subscribe to Catholic Snack, because sometimes the smallest details carry the greatest meaning.